So once we have created all the training plans we wanted to create, we are ready to start the training. So I'm going to click Start Training and I will see the list of trainings which are actually planned for this particular day. And as a coach, I will see all the trainings. So I have my gymnast with 3 apparatuses and I have 4 gymnasts in the group called All with also 3 apparatuses, and they have a second training apparently planned for today. I'm going to start the group training for this instance to show you what happens if you have to handle more than one gymnast during the training at the same time, which the application is very much capable of. As to choosing the right training, let's click on Start Training. The next screen asks us which gymnasts are present and which aren't. So you can actually say who is not at the training and who are. And these infos, of course, will be recorded to the statistics. So, for example, everybody's here. So let's select all users and right away we can see all the apparatuses planned for today for all gymnasts within the chosen group. If you go down, you can also see cumulative routine scores, and we can see body weight and dimensions here if you would like to follow up on your gymnast's growth. Let's choose the floor, our first apparatus on this training, and right away we will see all the apparatuses and the routines at the end of the list. Let's choose either from these so-called cards or from this quick chooser bar above it. Let's choose the first element, and I see that I have 4 gymnasts. For one of the gymnasts, we have started the floor. For the other one, we have to start it as well. And the fourth one too, so they can handle it one by one. And of course, these are on a touch screen, so you can just switch between gymnasts quickly with one single click. So, choosing one of the apparatuses and their first element, we can see that we have added the number of repetition, which is 4. We can see salto backward spiked, the name of the element. We can also expand it and collapse it just to see the illustration of the element if we are not sure which one it is. We might have a longer name here. Below it, we can see 5 learning levels here, just to be able to follow up on how we progress on learning the skill, and these levels, of course, can be renamed with this pencil. We can choose to rename it by this element only, or by the whole apparatus, so we don't have to do it one by one for each element, because not all of the gymnastic halls are equipped with the same apparatuses or equipment, and possibilities with the mats. So our first level is into the foam pit with coach's help, the second onto the mat but still into the pit. The third one is onto a level with coach, fourth one is onto a level, and the fifth one is a competitive level. Obviously, these are only the 5 basic learning levels for floor, and if we start practicing salto backward spiked, we can say the first one was successful, the second one was successful as well. Undo last action appears here once I press any of the buttons. So, if I press to the wrong one, I can undo this last action for a short period of time. So, this was one element. We can use this bar above it to choose another element. But also, if we go back, we would have the same list as the beginning of the training, if it is easier this way to choose the one we are looking for. Again, here we can see elements, and we have sequences too. We have created it during the training planning phase. We have own elements, and also we have the routines. With the routines, we only have 2 learning levels. Of course, those can be renamed too, and when you evaluate the attempts, you can not only say if it was successful or not, but you can as well add the score, for example, and they will already show you the average. I'm going to do another one with the 9-point E-score. So you add the E-scores, not the deductions. So we have the average at 8.8. Obviously, it's rounded. It would have been 8.75. However, if we press the unsuccessful button, we have the opportunity to mark which element was not executed well. But if we don't want to do that, we can go without selecting any. So far, we had 5 attempts, 3 were successful, and the average score is 8.8. Now, this is the part where you can evaluate the attempts on the particular apparatus. You can, again, switch between gymnasts just like that, or you can switch between apparatuses just like this if you click on the icon of the apparatus. And here, you can do some evaluation, but if you go back, you see again the list. If you go back one more time, you see the other apparatuses. So, this was to show you how quickly you can switch between gymnasts, elements, and the apparatuses. And in the top right corner, you can choose to hand in the training. You can give description of each gymnast, and you can tell how they or how you felt about this training. You press finish training, and now it is saved and can be found within the statistics.